Extremely disappointing. Unforgivably bad. This really sucks. These are words used by Enduro Alaska's primary tester, Hollywood Madison, upon finding out that his 2004 KTM 300 was stolen from the parking lot of the IKEA in Kent, Washington. Hollywood was tired of being part of the Orange Brigade and decided to replace his ancient steed with a Husqvarna TE300. We spent at least 45 minutes testing the Husqvarna in sand, on snow, and tight single track. Occasionally completely sideways, and sometimes substantially submerged. For comparison purposes, we brought along a 2009 KTM 200, because the only other 300 we had available was the English Nightmares, and that was stolen from the parking lot of the IKEA in Kent, Washington. Kent, Washington's motto is bringing the world home. This replaces their old motto of Kent, Washington, as seen on cops. The Husky's 298cc motor is a true marvel. It has the highly coveted AARP Metamucil Gold Seal of Approval, since only old people ride 300s. It has a kickstart for those traditionalists who say that all real motorcycles should have a kickstart. But it's also equipped with an electric start for those who are too feeble to actually kick the bike over anymore. The Husky suspension is another area where the bike shines. It's supple, responsive, and resists bottoming, even under enormous load. This is accomplished by the use of 4-chamber technology, as evidenced by this cool sticker on the fork tube. There are clickers on top of the fork tubes for rebound and compression dampening that the rider can actually adjust while in motion, which brings the Husky's suspension technology up to the same level as a 1999 Scorpia Easy. Not everyone was a fan of the Husky's blue, white, and gold motif, but those that were consistently pointed out how similar it was to that of the 1990 Big Wheel 80. Furthermore, the MSRP of $8,549 means that Hollywood has to resort to using a ramp held together with hose clamps and duct tape. And finally, Hollywood has never worked so hard on a motorcycle to try to get the jetting dialed in on the Husky. It's almost as though the factory didn't even consider Alaska in the standard settings. Back in the late 1800s, Husqvarna was a bike ridden by champions. Legends like Malcolm Smith, Kent Howerton, and G. Mad Madison made Husqvarna a global powerhouse. But then the wheels came off the track. There was bankruptcy, Italian ownership, German meddling, and now the fabled brand has fallen into the clutches of KTM CEO Stefan Pierre. And while his goal of creating a super manufacturer called Husky TE300 has never been realized, he's made the rebadged KTMs available to common, ordinary riders.
Wear gloves, wear the appropriate safety gear.
Is this really who we want flying the flag for this storied company? To debate this question, we retreated to our favorite watering hole in search for cheap domestic beer. Much to our shock and dismay, we found that similar to the Husqvarna factory, Delroy had been closed for business. So should you buy one? We don't know. Our findings were inconclusive. But join us next time when Hollywood tests Husky's 4-stroke variant, the 150 BT. Then see which one blows away the competition.